Welcome back to West Fork, friends, and I hope you're having an awesome day today. Well, I'm finally doing it. I'm going to retire these old bean boots that I've been wearing for 3,650 days. A whole decade on these boots. They've never been repaired, rebuilt, or anything. I don't even think I've ever greased these boots, but they held up for 10 full years. I'm a little sad to see these go. I bought them on eBay back in 2016. They were gently used at that time. They were broken in. I'm not sure how old they were when I got them, but they were in pretty good shape. And I used them here on the homestead, and I used them for camping and little hiking trips. So pretty much everything I've done and everywhere I've gone, these boots have been on my feet. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Yeah, they're pretty trashed. The leather here is pretty trashed. The insoles I've worn completely through. And the soles, well, you can say they've seen their better days. And I still love these boots. They're still comfortable. I took a hike in them this morning just to say goodbye. In the meantime, I got a hold of LL Bean and I got a brand new pair just like these were when I originally purchased them. Straight from the factory. And man, I'm really stoked to have a new pair of these awesome boots. Like my old boots, these new ones are the insulated version of the LL Bean boot. They don't have insulation in the upper, but they have a nice liner inside the rubber, the lower boot. And it really is great for keeping your feet warm when the temperatures dip. I've worn these old ones in many different conditions. In the wintertime, I've worn these without getting cold feet at minus 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Trudging through snow, trudging through slush, trudging through ice. They've held up fine. I never got uncomfortable feet. I never got cold feet. And in the summertime, I've worn them up to the garden when it's 105 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've never got hot, sweaty feet in these either. So they're just a good all-around homestead boot, bushcraft boot, hiking boot. The uppers on these are made out of really high-quality leather. It feels like saddle leather. It has a nice oil tan feel to it. Much nicer than my old sun-baked boots. A boot like this can be resold. You can send these back to LL Bean. They have this triple stitch all the way around, and they can take that triple stitch out and replace this rubber bootie with brand new everything, new tread, new insole, and if it's an insulated boot, they'll replace it in kind. And that's quite a bargain. You can get that done for somewhere around 50 bucks. The problem I have is I left these sitting out on the porch almost every day. I keep them on the porch. And I don't lace them up. I just step into them and I go. Every single day. And the sun hits the porch in the summer and it just baked the back of my boots. And that's why some of the thread is torn out here. And I could have had these resoled. I was thinking about it. But this leather has never been greased. I've never done anything to these. I've never even washed them. I wash these by walking through snow in the wintertime. Otherwise, they don't get washed. I've never even greased the uppers. I've pulled the insoles out a few times to dry them by the wood stove, and that's it. I feel bad for abusing them so much because they do such a beautiful job putting these together. And with this new pair, I think I'm gonna be more responsible. I'm going to use a good boot dressing on these at least once a month and store them inside in a little boot tray so they don't get baked by the sun like these poor old things did. Now these new boots are great, but I really want to talk about these old boots that lasted me 10 years. But what's remarkable about these is these rubber bottoms, I've used them to clean the chicken pen. I waded creeks in them. Like I said, they've been baked in the sun. And they're still nice and flexible, and they don't have any cracks in them. That's just amazing. Because I've had other name brand winter pack boots and not had such good luck. I recently had to throw a pair in the garbage because, well, I hadn't worn them very much. The rubber had just peeled away and disintegrated. These have been around longer than that pair. I've had these a longer period of time. And I got that other pair because they had a nice lug sole on them. The soles that LL Bean puts on here is called their chain link sole. And it's pretty good for moderate terrain, but if you start getting into hilly terrain or up in the rocks and stuff like that, or if you get into icy conditions, you could have some trouble with footing. So I use these in the wintertime with Catula micro spikes. And because of the shape of this rubber boot, they're super easy to put on. Just these slide in so easily, and they pop right on. So that's what I wear in the wintertime. And I haven't had any trouble, any undue wear to the boot. And these fit on the LL Bean boot really well. And I don't have the spikes popping off or getting misaligned or anything. And I can walk for miles in those in snowy and icy conditions. These micro spikes are a lifesaver, especially when you get freezing rain. There's some days where you can't even walk across our driveway without spiking up. So yeah, inside is a fixed bootie. It's sewn in place, and that's one thing I like is the insulated version, because that insulation gives you quite a bit more support. And I've never had cold feet in these, and I've never had hot feet in them. I even have the original laces that the boots came with that are a little frayed, but they're still working great. Never been greased, never been washed. Honestly, they don't look too bad considering the abuse I put them through. Honestly, I think it's time for me to start taking my LL Bean boots seriously. This new pair cost me just under $200, brand new. That's with shipping. They have free shipping on these. They do charge a tax. But yeah, it's quite a bit of money. That's 20 bucks a year. So still a really, really good bargain. I didn't look at any other boot. I just went to the LL Bean website and I ordered a brand new pair of these. And that's your review right there. I think that I'm hooked for life. They feel nice and comfortable like a slipper, almost like a moccasin. I have super wide feet, and I wear a 10.5, and I ordered a size 10. They run a little big, so I ordered a size 10, and there's still a little extra room in here in case I want to wear a thick sock. Just the right amount of space in the heel. And these are the wide version. These are a little bit too narrow for me. I have a super wide foot. My foot is a 10.5 6E, which is off the map. It's off the charts. They hardly make boots that wide. But what I found out is the rubber bottom can form to my foot after a while, and it just fits like a glove. So I think that's what these new ones are going to do. They're just going to fit really well after I get them broken in. The leather is really stiff, unlike my old ones. I just got to wear them a while Now LL Bean says they've made some improvements to these, and to me they look pretty much the same, but they say they've improved this rubber so that it holds up longer. So we'll have to see how that works out. And they have improved their insoles. Yeah, this has a kind of a dual density insole. The LL Bean insole. You can order these off their website if you need replacements. So yeah, these new insoles, they look pretty nice. And the inside, it still looks the same as the old ones, just a whole lot newer. The construction is really top notch. Did I mention that these are made in Maine? They've been made in Maine since the early 1900s. LL Bean invented them, and they've been made at the LL Bean factory for all these years, and they're made by hand. And I love stuff like that. So that's why I'm super stoked about this new pair. I'm going to take real good care of them. In about 5 years from now, I plan on sending them back to the factory and have them rebuilt. I'm going to leave a link in the description. There's a great video of them rebuilding these. So if you take care of your leather, which I'm going to do this time, you can just send them back. They'll take the stitching off and give you a brand new boot bottom. They come back as good as new. These new Bean boots are so gorgeous. They're almost too pretty to use. First thing I'm going to do before I put these on is give them a little shot of Obanoff's LP Heavy Duty Leather Preservative. That's what I use on most of my boots, the ones that I take care of. And it doesn't take very long to just give them a little bit of love. I really feel bad because those other ones could still be in service today if I would have paid a little better attention. But honestly, I didn't take them very seriously because I bought them used off eBay. But then when I ordered this new set, and they came, and they're meticulously made. They're just an awesome boot. And I've wore a lot of boots. Back in my younger days, I wore a lot of specialized boots like mountaineering boots, rock climbing boots, backcountry skiing boots. And always had to have the best because they had to hold up to extreme conditions, and it often meant life or death. And the Bean boots they're built with the same commitment to quality, obviously. This leather is nice. It's really thick and it's not too stiff. It's just right. It's just amazing. But anyway, these aren't for mountaineering. This is just what I would call one of probably the best all-purpose boot I've ever had on my feet. And I have gone up in some rocky areas with them. When I do, I lace them up tight. It's not that easy to get around in them in those extreme conditions. But they really excel in snow. And we get a lot of mud here. We have the muddy season, which is during the spring thaw. We get a lot of frost heave because of cold temperatures and lots of wet, melting snow in the spring. And everything's muddy. Around here they call it the muddy season. And these are perfect for the muddy season. These are the perfect shoe for the muddy season. I can't live without them. Oh, they look really nice. Really nice. Oh yeah. It really makes them shine. I'm gonna have to break these in. They feel like they're already broken in. Yes, sir. Well, thanks for watching my video. We were a little under the weather this week, so next week I'll try to get a longer video for you. So yeah, if you're looking for a good all-purpose boot, I'm going to give these LL Bean boots the West Fork seal of approval. Until next time, God bless you. Take care. I hope you're all doing fine. And this is West Fork, over and out.